In the last 30 days, I've spent a lot of time using my Oculus Quest 2, and I've downloaded well over $500 worth of game and apps to basically try everything because I wanted to make more complete videos about my experience using the headset. And in the process of doing that, I found 3 big problems with the headset that were really annoying me, so I wanted to find some solutions to them. And then in the process of doing research, I found exactly the right accessories that solve those 3 problems. So hopefully with this video, if you're looking to get this headset, or if you have the same problem, some of these accessories may be the solution. And in the description, I'll link everything below so it's easy to research and find. So the biggest problem I had was, this is the strap that basically comes with your headset. And the problem with this is the way it gets adjusted. If you share this with someone else, it's super annoying to have to readjust this back, and I never found a really good fit for it. The way this basically sat on top of the headset, it just wasn't quite fitting right. And because it wasn't fitting right, a lot of times when I was trying to play a game, it would just be blurry and I couldn't really get it to fit correctly over my eyes to not look blurry. So between not fitting right, especially if you're sharing with someone else and you're completely adjusting it every single time, and getting a blurry image when you're trying to play a game, I had to find a better way. So then I took this thing off and I found this new option, which this is really easy to take off. You just snap it away from the sides, and then you take this thing out and loop in the new one. But with this option, it's so easy to fit this over your head, and it's a perfect fit for me every single time. Look at the way this basically adjusts to your head. I could basically take this dial after I put it over my head, and look at this. Right, so I leave it loose on my head like this, I put it over my head, and then I tighten it, and it fits perfectly. So it doesn't have a bunch of these weird things that you gotta slide over every single time you try this out. So that solved the blurry problem for me, and it solved the problem of not fitting correctly and comfortably on my head. Then the second annoying problem was the battery life was pretty terrible, only because I was using it so much. I think the battery life that you get by default fully charged is about 3 hours of gameplay. But a lot of times, because I was testing out so many different games, it wasn't enough for me. So I was like, oh, how do I increase the battery life? And that came to the second option that I found. So this head strap, there is a version of it that's just a head strap, basically this kind of a setup. But the one I have actually has another battery pack back here that almost doubles the battery life. And this battery, you see this battery pack is connected to the charging port. So now I just have to charge it from this pack, and it charges both batteries for me. So this has a charging port right back here. So I don't use this one anymore. And it charges this battery and the built-in battery, and then it doubled my battery life. So this one thing basically solved those 2 problems for me. I was a little bit worried about the weight of having another battery pack on my head, but the way it balances out, it actually was more comfortable than not having it, because now I have a little bit of weight in the back and a little bit of weight in the front just by having the headset, and it balanced it even better than before. And I also bought these rechargeable AA batteries because the handsets, both handsets have a AA battery. Now they last a long time just from a regular AA, but I just bought a rechargeable with this Panasonic rechargeable charger. So I just popped these, and I use these for all kinds of stuff anyway. These are just regular AA's that are rechargeable. So you could charge them with this charger 4 at a time. It's pretty straightforward. You just plug it in and it charges it up, and it lights up green when it's ready. Now, because I had so many games installed under my account, I was really excited to show people and get them to basically get some of the games I had so we could play the same games. But I had a really hard time transporting this. The box that this came with, I really wasn't finding a good way to transport it, especially with the accessories I got. So then I got this carrying case, and actually this carrying case is made by the same company, but also everything else that I showed you came with this whole setup. It was kind of a bundle package, so it solved all 3 problems basically with this. And look at this, it literally is designed perfectly to fit in here without you making any adjustments. And your 2 controllers will fit right over here perfectly, and you could put your charger over here and you're ready to go. You just zip this up, and this is such an easy carrying case. And because it's designed exactly fitted like this thing just doesn't move in here. It's like perfectly put in here. If your head is bigger than mine too, you could just go ahead and roll this in and tighten it up, and it wouldn't move at all. It's really easy to carry things around with this thing. Now, the only other thing I'm still researching that I'm not quite happy with is The headset came with this thing that goes over your eyes. It's this rubber thing, or you could use it without it. But I hated how this felt on my face. And the built-in one, because you may get sweat or if you're sharing it with someone else, it's just not very sanitary. I wanted to get a more comfortable thing around my eyes, so I'm still searching for it. As soon as I find one that I like, I'll put it in the list in the description below this video. But I hope you found this useful. The next video I'm gonna make is gonna be all about my game experience, because again, I bought so many games. I don't remember how many games, but well over $500, and I'm buying more to test out all the apps and games. I've even experienced live events in there. I'm spending more money on that just to get a whole complete experience. So check out that video when I release it next week, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.